Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Wentz now on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. Cuts back, left sideline. Oh, he slipped right by him. A big play there out of the running game. 32 yards.
I know throughout his pro career, Ryan Matthews has been injury-riddled, but the best part of his game to me is his ability to break tackles and run with power and physicality.
And a prime example of that right there on that play. And now a first down following that long gain. Shift together here from the D-line. On first down, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dorial Green back yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. They'll come out in the pistol. Newton to his fullback, Tolbert. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. The tight end, Olsen, in motion. On second down, here's Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And what about this offense, Charles? Specifically, what about Jonathan Stewart?
He makes sure everything goes. Put the ball in his chest and watch him run. Can run with power inside, but has enough speed that when he gets outside, he can cause a lot of trouble.
Newton now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now Sproles. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles take possession. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get
touchdown, Philadelphia? Ryan Matthews, 57 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Kelvin Benjamin bounced back from an ACL injury in 2015 to really good health in 2016 and had a 100-plus yard game early in the season, so it looked like he was all the way back. But Brandon, the rest of the year, never broke 100 yards again.
That is hard to believe. He had a stretch late in the season. He went 18 yards, 11 yards, 20 yards. That's just not what you expect from him and the Panthers.
Not at all. I don't think it's all his fault, but they're going to be looking for another breakout season from him next year.
Second down now after the sack. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's the option going right. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Third straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season.
Not the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017. They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
He was trying to get at that time to Ted Ginn. Now 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Let's expand on Ryan Matthews for a second. He has a couple 1,000-yard years in his back pocket. This season, 661. Did have a career-high 8 touchdowns, but where does he fit in to the Eagles' offense going forward?
That's going to be an interesting question that has to be answered by Philadelphia, by Doug Peterson, their head coach, because he was truly their lead running back until a fumble at Detroit. I think that changed things for him. A crucial one down the stretch. Philadelphia ended up losing the game. When he takes care of the football, he's a hard-hitting, aggressive inside runner who can set a tone for a team. But if he doesn't take care of the ball, that gives an opportunity for someone else to come in and become the lead runner for Philadelphia.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Now the ball comes loose, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel The sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, 27 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. A beautiful fake. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're not?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nigel Bradham coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Newton now on second down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On second down, here's Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in it.
And Matthews has got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, 4 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
58, right over there, right over
Another pistol look here. Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They will go for it. Now Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. An incredible play there on 4th down. 63 yards. Now Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton taking it in. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterbacks, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. Ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver a screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And partner, a nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Doug Patterson keeping the offense on the field. They're going on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Into the red zone. Wentz. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Room here to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On first and 10, Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Connor Barwin in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw on second down is Newton. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on third down, Newton. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nolan Carroll. And his guys are going to take over. Yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look fearless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Carolina getting set to take the field. Any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Get down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13. Third and long. It's Newton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Well, there's one you don't see often, the illegal forward pass.
And the reason we don't see it very often is the quarterback has to be totally beyond the line of scrimmage for the flag to come out. If any part of the quarterback is behind the line of scrimmage when he throws the ball, then it's not an illegal forward pass.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, here's Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, it's Newton. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw on second down is Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Connor Barwin bringing the pressure again, and that is his third.
Dudes, you need to get a new fucking modem or some new internet or something, bro. Your shit is lagging like a motherfucker.
First, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Fucking dumb shit.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen.
I gotta call basic-ass plays just so I can get first down. For all this goddamn lagging and shit.
Exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Newton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Look at that lag, nigga. Look at that lag. This nigga got fucking America Online, nigga.
That'll lead to a third down. Gotta figure this is one they need here on third and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Now Newton on third and goal. That's Brown. Touchdown.
Lagging, man.
Corey Brown from 4 yards out. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. Where I'm going through the fucking playbook, nigga.
It's a tester.
Shit's lagging,
sure,
bro.
Because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. This one complete left side to Green Beckham.
Look at how this nigga's fucking lagging, bro.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Here's Ginn. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on 1st. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They give him 12 yards and a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Back to throw, Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. Yeah, it's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback. And so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it. And hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Now Newton on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Man. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down.
Yeah, no
like
kind of fucking time, nigga. Like, I fucking
pressed
pressed the fucking button to throw. This shit never fucking throws. He's lagging like a bitch, man. I can't even. I got pressed the button like 3 times to fucking pick my damn play. Look, it just pause.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Bullshit, man.
Traffic and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.